So let's talk about when you should buy a home. Thank you to Matt, the money guy. He makes awesome content like this, and it makes things very clear. But I'm going to give you my take on it because I am a homeowner. So I think I think I know a little bit about the situation. Now, first things first, it says your emergency fund should be fully funded. That depends. I don't think it needs to be fully funded, but I do think you need to have some type of emergency fund to put aside. At least $5,000, right? Because an emergency fund is not only for you and your family, but it's going to be for your home, car, whatever emergency happens in your life. You need to have some money aside. I have a lot of people coming to me specifically want to fix their credit to get a home, but they have no money put aside. Zero. That goes to the next one. It says you should have at least 20% down. 20% is a lot of money. Okay, if you're getting a $300,000 house, 20% is $30,000. The average person barely have $1,000 saved, let alone $30,000. Right? So the first two, you should really be thinking about, am I ready to get a home? Because a lot of people are spending money on rent thinking that they can afford a home when it's not always the case, because a home is a total different beast. And I made another video talking about that. But you need to have some type of emergency fund put away, right? I always say 8 to 12 months saved up, but I would say at a very minimum have 3 to 6 months saved up before thinking about buying a home, right? And then of course, at least 20% down, depending on the program you're working with. You should have that readily available too. Your income needs to be stable. That should be a no-brainer. If you know that you have a possibility of getting laid off, or you have that so-so type of job, or your income is not really consistent, then a house may not be for you right now. You may want to continue renting because it's less of a risk. Let's go over here. Okay, you were living in at least 5 years, right? You have to make it make sense. 5 years will get you some type of equity back into the property, right? So I think that's the reason for that. Your annual rent, or in this case, your mortgage, should be less than 5% of the home value. Okay, so for instance, $300,000 home, your mortgage should be more than like $1,400. Right? I don't have the exact math, but do the math. 5% of $300,000. That's about $1,500. So how are you going to contribute to that? The down payment, of course, and also your credit, right? The better credit you have, the lower the interest rate. But you also got to think about the current interest rates we have in today, right? 6%, 7%. I mean, people are signing up for those type of mortgages because they kind of have to. It's no choice right now. But you want to make sure you're not going house broke. That's the biggest thing. Even if you don't follow this rule right here, this 5%, as long as you ain't house broke, you ain't paying so much money for your house that you're not able to fund your emergency fund, right? You're not able to do the normal things, right? You're not able to have a clear, workable budget to work with. And the last one is have no high interest debt. A lot of people trying to purchase a home, but they got thousands and thousands in student loan debt. They got thousands and thousands in credit card debt. They probably purchased two cars or have a high interest rate car loan. I mean, you got all this debt, and then you're trying to add another huge debt, which is a house. You got to make it make sense. When I bought my house, my car was already paid off. I had no debt, I had no credit card debt. Car was paid off. So to me, and I had an emergency fund, right? So to me, it made sense. But if I would have bought a new car, and car notes are probably about $800 to $1,000, right? Plus you got 27% or 19% interest rates on your credit cards, and then you're trying to get like a 6 to 7% interest rate on a home. Again, what type of life you gonna be living with that type of budget, right? So be smart. It's okay to rent for a while until you're ready to go. Rent or live with somebody for free. Save the type of money you need for the 20%. right? Get your emergency fund, because regardless if you live in a house or not, if an emergency situation goes down, you're going to be screwed. And what people do, they try to pull out of the house. They try to get a loan on the house to get money for emergencies when you should have just saved it from the get-go. Because now you got 2 mortgages. Or you go get a loan for the emergency. So now you got another high interest rate loan. Right? So be smart about the situation. Getting a home ain't that important if you ain't prepared. If you're not prepared, you and your family is not prepared to get a home financially, mentally, emotionally, then stay renting. It's okay. Renting is not bad. Let's get it. It's your boy Jay Miles. If you like this video, go ahead and like this video. If you see this on YouTube or TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, go ahead and follow me or subscribe to my channel. We in here.